Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hello again, and welcome to another edition of
Thick Slices and Deep Cut. So today we have pizza.
Yeah, today we're actually doing thick slices and deep cuts. So we're gonna do music and pizza. Today we were thinking about going to a few different places, but we actually went to the store and got frozen pizza. But I wanted to point out Four Hands Brewing Company has been making these different pizza collaborations.
And we got this pizza to share at Steve's.
Yeah, so
and we got some cheesecake for dessert, and it was delicious.
pretty good.
And we stayed there at midnight.
So, I'm usually not a proponent of frozen pizzas because my thought is with frozen pizzas, the best moment of the frozen pizza is the moment that you buy it. And then once you get it home, you realize it's not maybe as good as you thought it might be. However, these frozen pizzas are pretty darn good. Eddie's doing the 7 cheese pizza, which we can vouch for is great. Actually, there you go, 7 cheese. And I'm doing the chicken club pizza, which is ranch sauce, chicken, tomatoes, bacon, green onions, mozzarella, and cheddar. I've had the meat pizza, and I'd like to have the Mission Taco one. I've also had the Sugar Fire barbecue chicken collaboration one. So these guys are good. I don't recommend frozen pizza, but I do recommend Four Hands Brewing Company delving into the world of pizza.
And we have some background music.
We do have some music right over there.
And for our drinks today, we have Powerade.
Yep, left over from your ball game.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let's eat and give our assessment.
Try your pizza.
I like this.
Me too.
When I saw ranch sauce, my initial instinct was don't eat anything with ranch sauce on it on a pizza, but I like it. And I always like chicken and bacon as a combo.
And we have a big cover to show you.
Yeah, that's for later. Well, I know about that. That's a thin crust pizza that was surprisingly good, and I think 4 different people had some of that pizza last night.
And it has 7 slices, right?
It's got 8 slices.
I know it has 8 slices. And I don't think I'll eat all this.
Yeah, I've got a much thicker crust here, but again, I am not a proponent of frozen pizzas, and I really dig these pizzas. They've got, I don't know, 10, 12 different types of
Hey, Daddy.
flavors, and they collaborate with Mission Taco, Sugar Fire, Lion's Choice. They have a Lion's Choice pizza. So and I'm sure there's somebody else I'm forgetting on there
Hey,
too.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Your pizza kind of looks a little small, but I think mine is bigger.
Yeah. Well, I've got a lot of crust to mine too, so. But, it's got green onions on it. Some people don't like green onions. I love green onions, so adding some scallions on here and some diced tomatoes is.
And at the store we found habaneros, and they're really hot.
What color are they?
Orange.
Orange. They're red hot.
I know. They'll like burn your mouth or something.
Okay. Well, on a scale of
Hey, Dad, you should drop your CDs with your gloves.
yeah, definitely. Hey, let's rank this now. So on a scale of up to 5 stars, 5 being the best, what are you gonna rate your Four Hands Brewing Company 7 cheese pizza?
I'm gonna give this 91 points.
91 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
So this is your favorite one so far.
Yep. That's all. How much are you gonna give your pizza?
I hate to be predictable and give it a 4, but as frozen pizzas go, I would give it a 4.5 to a 5. In general, I would give this a 3.5 to a 4, just up against anyone else. So I would give this a 3.5, but that's only because it's a frozen pizza. But they were on sale for $6.49 at Schnucks. So.
And we have a shirt, a blue shirt, and it has 91, just like I gave my pizza 91 points.
They're playing as we speak.
And they're back to playing, and we get to watch them on TV now.
Alright, well, as much as I would love to keep eating that pizza, yeah, I will.
I'm gonna keep eating mine.
Yeah, you keep eating. I'm gonna go through the deep cuts portion. So,
Okay.
I've been buying a lot of music lately. Just one because it's
And
what I do.
And we have a big cover, and we don't know what's on the back of his head.
Here, I'll get to that one in the middle. I'll start with some of the CDs I've been buying lately, just because I want to do some of these where I rank the albums, and I'd like to have the physical copy of as much as possible.
And we have a CD that we want to show off at the end.
So let's see. Eloy, Metromania from '84. So this is a progressive rock band from Germany, Hanover, Germany. This is them moving into the 80s and trying to figure out how to stay progressive while completely giving way to the 80s. This sounds total 1984. It's got a bit of that Miami Vice sound, but it's somehow proggy. I don't know. I've never heard anybody quite like it. The song All Life Is One is cool. It's got a vocoder on it. The song Follow the Light is a classic. I mean, people rip on this album. I don't know why. I like it more than the average person, but even when they do greatest hits live sets, they still at least include Follow the Light. That's a really good track. So that's from '84. Now you go back to '74 when they were a completely different type of prog band. This is more like 10 to 15 minute jam songs where everybody's trying to show off, you know, how skilled they are. Floating. And it's got a song, The Light from Deep Darkness is the long track. Castle in the Air, the title track, Floating. I don't know. I like Eloy. Nobody knows who they are, but I guess I know who they are. I've got a ton of their stuff. Everything they did from like '73 up to even '84. They transitioned into the '80s all right. A lot of prog bands did not. Band I think I love way more now than I did back in the day, but Voivod, Phobos. I've been listening to this forever, but never had a physical copy. This is from '97. It's weird. They used all analog recording equipment. It's a different singer, so it's not Snake. It's Eric Forrest. I thought he fit in great. I thought I think this album is dark. I think it rips. I love all eras of Voivod, whether it's those first two Raw albums or their heyday where they just had that trajectory of like Killing Technology in '87 all the way through The Outer Limits in '93, where they just got so technical and progressive. Then this era, along with Negatron with a different singer. Then the comeback with Jason Newsted of all people for 3 albums, and now what they've been doing ever since Chewy got in the band. Everything Voivod does is either awesome or at least interesting.
So there we have Voivod.
Voivod. Cool name.
Mm-hmm. I just love the name of Voivod. I love that name.
I can't believe I haven't owned this until now. Morbid Angel, Formula's Fatal to the Flesh from '97 or '98, I don't know. It's been well over 20 years and I finally got a copy. It's good. It's just no frills, it's just, you know, I hate to say Fast and Furious like the movie, but that's what it is. It's just deadly, it's fast, you know. It's just Trey going back underground after 4 albums with David Vincent, and they got to Domination, which I like the album, but there are some moments on there where you're like, what? Where are they going with this? After Vincent left, they got Steve Tucker, who's great, and they just went back underground and brutal. And if you like Pete Sandoval and Trey's weird guitars, and Steve Tucker's a great frontman, so there you go on that.
Hey, Daddy. I just love the name of Voivod.
I know. It's the best.
I love that name. I love that name of a CD.
We ran up to CD Reunion, Music Reunion, up in O'Fallon to get this one day, right before we got our pictures taken. Mm-hmm. We were killing time. Tool, Undertow. I wanted to do a ranking the Tool albums, and this was the only full-length album I didn't have from them. Probably because, here's a hint, it's probably my least favorite of their full lengths, but that's not because it's bad. It's just that the ones that came after it were so much more developed. They totally figured out their sound, although they kind of figure out their sound right here. So Undertow, it's got I forgot how good the opening track Intolerance is. I always remember the songs Prison, Sex, and Sober, but Intolerance. Bottom has Henry Rollins doing a weird spoken word in the middle. It's cool. I like this album. I mean, it's not one of my favorites, but that's how good Tool is when this is your 5th best of your 5 albums. So This is just an EP, but I got the EP because of the song that's on it. So Tryptocon from Switzerland. Shatter EP, just because of the song Shatter, there's a video. It's awesome. This is basically Celtic Frost continued. This is Thomas Gabriel, Tom Warrior, continuing on with a gal on bass who also provides some female vocals. It's just got a good, spooky, heavy, dark vibe, and he's recruited, I believe. Well, I know the guitar player plays in Dark Fortress and records like bands like Obscura in Bavaria in Germany. So I dig Celtic Frost. I dig Tryptocon. And what do you know?
I think that's the best song.
What do you know? Can't believe I never had this. I had greatest hits with almost everything, but Celtic Frost, Morbid Tales. I mean, it's probably their best album. Even though you could say, well, it's raw and they became better songwriters. I don't know. Into the Crypts of Rays, Dethroned Emperor, Morbid Tales, the song, Return to the Eve, Procreation of the Wicked. Awesome. This is considered their masterpiece. To Megatherium, The Usurper, Circle of the Tyrants, Jewel Throne, just everything on here. So, and then I don't really necessarily care for this album, although I don't hate it. It's certainly a step up from Cold Lake, but this is just a kind of complete Vanity Nemesis, a 90. They don't really sound like themselves by this point. It's mediocre, but I just got it to collect, and The Heart Beneath is all right. There are a few. Wings of Solitude's pretty good. They're Vanity and Nemesis. Those two tracks that ended are pretty solid. It's okay. I just got it to get it. All right, is this where it gets good? Oh, here's your song playing. Hear the violin?
Yeah, and this is a CD, and we're hearing this album.
Yeah. So I can't believe I'm about to say this, but my suddenly out of nowhere in the last week, my album of the year may suddenly be, of all bands, Kansas, the band that's been around since '74. I mean, I like their first 5 albums, I think. That little run they did right in the beginning. But Kansas just came out with a new album called The Absence of Presence.
And
it's incredible.
And he's holding his head because he's thinking.
This band sounds what I would call hungry. They sound hungry. They've plugged in new members. They've got a new singer that sounds a lot like Steve Walsh, but better. They got a new keyboard player, Tom Brislin, who's played in like Yes and a few people, but he's bringing all these next level synthesizer sounds. Zach Risby was their producer, but he became their guitar player. Brislin and Risby wrote the entire album. So the new guys come in and write this album. It just sounds great. Kansas. Cool album cover, too. And they have great violin. David Ragsdale on violin all over the place.
I just love that song so much. I love the violin.
This is Circus of Illusion. That's your favorite song. I dig Jets Overhead, but both of these songs are great. I think I showed this in the Ranking Devin Townsend project albums. This is Key. It's the last one I needed to get from him. And I dug it. I think I ranked it 6th of 8, but that was probably the lower ranking only because he's got great albums. And 2, I haven't memorized the album yet, but from what I've heard, it's great. It's just very moody. It's kind of quiet, but it rises up, and then it gets quiet again.
Daddy,
Yeah.
I could not finish my pizza.
Oh my gosh, you're over here. You've eaten almost 5 of the 8 pieces. That's great.
And I only have 3 more pizzas left, and I'm full.
I can see why you ate so much. You gave it a 91 out of 5. Pretty darn good. Well, you'll just have it tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll put it in the fridge.
Okay. I can't believe I ate a lot of pieces.
I got this EP from a band called Fen, who I'm always raving about. Just a cool post-metal, atmospheric, black metal, semi-progressive band. They just have a cool mood. I'm going to rank their albums. So Fen. And then, almost last but not least,
and we are,
you got Greasy Hands.
And
it's a book, Haken, the media book.
And we just unwrapped it, and we got free packages for Daddy's CDs, and we got them all. And we played Jenga.
We did play Jenga. That's always fun. There was a lot of rain this week. We had to do something inside. Haken, they're great. I mean, they're beating Dream Theater at their own game at this point. It's just next level. I should rank Haken albums. They have 6 full lengths, you know, an EP, some live stuff, but basically they don't put out anything bad. So anything they release, it's an auto purchase for me. They're great. I love this album. Prosthetic is great. You should watch the video on that. They got a big song on here, Messiah Complex. It's a 5-parter. Cool album. And then I guess last but not least, This
is a big one, and we do not know what's on his back of his head.
I don't know if anybody remembers Pain of Salvation. They're still around. They have an album coming out this month.
Look at that weird face right there.
I know.
It's a weird face.
Here, you want to hold it? Just on the sides. Just real carefully on the sides. Yeah, 1 Hour by the Concrete Lake, Pain of Salvation. This was the first of their classics. I think they had like 4 classic albums in a row, and this was the first one. I would rank this their 4th best. Their next one in 2000, this is 1998. Their next one, The Perfect Element, Part 1, came out in 2000, their masterpiece. Remedy Lane in 02, their other masterpiece. And then they finished off with an album called B.E. in 04. I thought that was their magical run. Anyway, I wanted to get this. I was going to get it on CD, but the Laser's Edge, Ken Golden and the Laser's Edge, had this gatefold double for $9. They were just kind of trying to get rid of it from their inventory. I'm like, I love that cover. I was like, I'll take it, and I like to get vinyl here and there. So here you go, Pain of Salvation. Totally right up my alley. Right up my alley. Progressive metal, art, almost like art rock meets progressive metal. So yeah, jamming out. Great song. Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up. We like the Four Hands Brewing Company.
The pizza.
I don't know anything about their beer, but I know a lot about their pizza, and we like it a lot.
Hey, that's
And we've been collecting a ton of music lately for some more of these ranking episodes.
And,
you want to show mine, like Chicken Club Pizza?
And Daddy loves this one.
Yeah.
He sure loves this pizza. Hey, Daddy.
We'll get more.
Daddy, can we get more of this pizza and do another podcast with it?
Well, we could probably get more of this pizza. I don't know if we want to do yet another podcast on Four Hands, but we could certainly get their pizza again.
I want to get them, maybe not every day, but I want to keep...
Almost every day.
I want to keep getting it because it's good.
Okay. Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up here. So hope you enjoyed this. Hope you found it a little entertaining. And until next time, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye. Daddy.